were covering each other. The poverty level have gone beyond a certain level. The president have to go because he's not qualified. Secondly, the whole parliament, how they manage is so corrupt. That is the voice of the people today.
What is going to be the end? Will it end with tears?
And at the same time, there are groups who are racist, is trying to crack the country. But it didn't go for the poor of the poor. What I see, the participation of foreign employees. We will secure our water. We will export the best water in the world. Ranil or Mahinda Rajapaksa. They don't have empathy, sympathy on people. And the real minority is the parliament itself.
Country is in a deep crisis. People are in poverty. People are jobless. So with the Gotagama, do we have a solution? So we are going to discuss about that. I am glad to have Dr. Kumudu Fonseca with me, who is an economist who has been living in Qatar for more than 30 years. So he's a social worker, great human being. Mr. Fonseca, welcome to our studio.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Mr. Fonseca, what do you know about Gota Gogam? Is it a politically motivated movement, or is it a result of mismanagement by the state for a long period of time?
I had been waiting for this situation because the way they mismanage the state, the corruption, not being very transparent, and also knowing that exorbitant debt that they have taken from other countries, I knew this economic state will come. I have been discussing with the elite, why not we organize a pressure group in order to address the issue, because politicians were covering each other, one government to the other. They don't divulge the information to people. They cover up their opponents. So it is more than something coming up as a proactive change for the government. They were continuing the same spirit, which is against the masses, against the people. So today what has happened, the poverty level have gone beyond a certain level, and it is a consensus of the people that came up saying the president have to go because he's not qualified. Secondly, the whole parliament, how they manage is so corrupt. That is the voice of the people today.
Mr. Fonseca, if we take this Gogam as a stage drama, what is going to be the end? Will it end with tears or will it end with happiness?
This issue of Gota Gogama pruned by the people. It came because of economic problems. It is all because of economic problems like gas, oil, increase of prices in essential goods, and also, don't forget, there were thousands of people who lost their jobs. They went to zero, but there was no methodology that the government laid to take care of them or to get the employment. This was a major reason which people don't talk. They are always talking about the gas and the oil. But I consider jobs were sacred to people and for their families. At the same time, the agriculture sector, 38% of the population depends on that. The actions that the government took was against them. So the economic issues was the one which brought the problem out. But always, economics is part of the politics. The mechanism that we think of is a political solution. It's nothing to do with economics at this moment. The people in the stage is asking the president to go. Why? It have absolute power. So there are two things in that: the power to be curtailed or the presidentship to be abolished. This is number one. Politically, second thing that they want, the corrupt politicians should change. When I say change, they are talking about 225 people in the parliament should be going out, but that is a number that they put. But what they are asking is corrupt politicians should go. Since 2008, this problem of debtors happened. The whole country became dependent so much. So my personal is people who were in power during that period should eliminate from politics. Either they voluntarily say we are a misfit to be in politics and get away, otherwise the election commissioner should put an end to this. They should not be able to contest. And also the election commissioner should open for new blood to come into politics. The election commission controls are keeping the newcomers to come to politics difficult. This should be liberalized. That is the political solution that I think is most viable today to offer to the people. The third thing is set dates for election and say such and such date election. It happened in Sudan, many countries. When it happened, what the military do, immediately say we will take over temporarily, but the date will be fixed. In our country, we don't need that temporary solution of military. We should announce the date which is coming.
Mr. Fonseca, people are suffering a lot with this prevailing situation. So, what do you think? Do the parliament members address the people's opinion? Is constitution is a barrier for this?
92% of the today's medical needs are imported. Our country was way behind doing something to that. At the same time, we are importing vehicles. We are importing not the essentials but for the rich what is necessary. At the same time, as you rightly said, the people are suffering and they don't have medicine, they don't have food to eat. But the parliament is discussing about their positions. It is like people playing musical chairs and people are discussing about the parliament. So parliament is the mechanism or the highest decision making body that have to take drastic measures to address the people's problem. So today, as it is what I see, the most essential is the unity. The unity not to rob or rape the society, but to address the issues. They unite only, if you look at it, all these debtors started in 2008. Last 15 years, it was Haul Andu that came to power. They were changing places from one place to the other, one party to the other, one chair to the other, in order to be in the group in power to make money. Even present scenario, the rumors are saying the politicians are bought. For what? In order to defend the misgivings of the people of the past and also continue their bad behavior. So, the second part of the question you asked was about the constitution. The man who drafted this constitution in 1977 is J.R. Jayawardena. J.R. Jayawardena said, I have the power to make anything except man to a woman and woman to man. This was said by Napoleon Bonaparte as well. The second thing that J.R. mentioned in one of the meetings, he said, I am a person who always respect the law. When I had to break the law, I changed the law. Since 1977, they changed the law. They bent the constitution for their survival, not for the people. Today, they are using the same constitution as a reason not to have election or to reduce the powers of the president. If they want, with the two-third majority, they can easily change to respect the people's power, people's demand, and people's upbringing to take it in the right path.
You were explaining about the constitution and the importance of addressing the need of the people. So, in your opinion, so, does the Gotha Gogama will have a leadership in the future?
If you look at the leadership of Ranil Wickramasinghe or Mahinda Rajapaksa, they don't have empathy, sympathy on people. They run the country for a minority. And the real minority is the parliament itself. They are just feeding the parliament. From them, for them. So tomorrow, what the Gotha Gogama is asking, they need a leadership of the country who have empathy, sympathy to the people, to uplift from the position what they are. So today, if you go for an election, what will happen? The country will select educated people. Who will be initiating this one is Gotha Gogama. If you look at it, the speeches, what is happening there, they are united. They are peace lovers. And they are talking about what is needed. And all in all, what I see all this time in political circle, the media played a game which is very unfair. The mass media have failed. The social media have taken the position. The social media is with the educated youth. They will be educating the people. Next election is going to be much different than any election. So, what I see in democracy, you can't introduce things. Like in other countries, what I say, it have to come by the people. It is a natural thing. It is the instinct of the people that makes correctness. So if you leave these people out of the parliament, definitely a good lot will come. And they will follow the good lot who is remaining in the parliament. So again, once again, what is important is who had good behavior, who followed best practices, will have a chance still to remain in parliament. That should not be the case that they are outside. They will be part of the government. So it has happened in France. The present president, he was never in politics. He came to power. So there is chance you will see somebody who have never done politics also can be in the leadership of the country. So I feel with this pressure group, with the educated people, elite, and who have patriotism, who do not have superiority complex of religion, superiority complex of caste, will come this time into politics. So I am very confident the future is in our hand, but not like the way the Ranil says. It needs a pure economic plan, not by those people, by us.
People who brought suffering now say they have a solution, but no one have faith in them. So, Mr. Fonseca, do you have a proposed solution to overcome this problem with the association of your foreign employed and the lead group?
If you take last 17 years, it's all about party politics and family, called nepotism. And people are afraid of military power. That is to say, fascism. And at the same time, there are groups who are racist, is trying to crack the country. Now these are people not proactive. So these are the very same people who are in the parliament. They have come to power with these blessings. These are blessings for them to come to power. Now here what people are asking is real economic solutions. Now if you look at it, there are two ways. One is the expenses to cut down and to increase the income. It is the simple economics, basic economics. Have any of these politicians in the last 1 month have talked about bringing the expenses down? Why they don't bring? They have to be more from their part to do than anybody else to bring the expenses down. State expenses have to come down. They have to be the example. They have to reduce their expenses, their security expenses, bring a salary for them without these benefits, which is exorbitant. At the same time, government servants, some of them are taking a lot of money because they are the people who is in the second layer support this corruption. So those salaries cannot be curtailed easily if you don't curtail the expenses of the parliament and the member of parliaments. So this is the number one thing to be done. That is inside the rupee savings will start to come. At the same time, in recent past, they were printing money. Of course, they have to print money because when you have super inflation, circulation needs money as well. And the demand have to be created in order for the production to go high. But the thing is, if you see in America, when there's trillions of money they print, they always say in which area that money is spent. But the government was never transparent. They were talking only 5,000 rupees what they pay for the poor of the poor. But it didn't go for the poor of the poor. It went for political objectives. So they have to focus to the economics and print money. Not just like that. There were many people without jobs as well. Job creation is the major that they have to do when they print money. Then comes to the other side. How do we revive the situation in bringing more income to the country? The greatest thing that what I see, the participation of foreign employees. The foreign employees have exit from bringing dollars to the country. The government should take action to do that. How can they do? In one way, there is a blessing because foreign employees were never looked after. They were never rewarded. It's a time to look after and reward them. Like what their demand is, they need a social security for them when they return back. They want a car permit or something like that to have when they come. They want a better interest rate to receive. They were given about 2.5%. When the bond were given 8%. They need their education for children. Whereas these foreign income earners are the people backbone even during the war and after the war, but they never respected them. They have to do that. And they should prepare a package and apply with the foreign employees to get the currency back. In order to do that, again I'm linking my question. They have no trust on the banking system itself because the commercial banks lend a lot of money to the government through the central bank and they misuse that money. Therefore, they have to bring trust. In order to bring trust, central bank should have obedient who have not been in the past with this politician mentoring and blending, bring transparency to the country and give trust to people. They have to address the people with trust. And the banks itself should come abroad, meet these people and ask what are the products that you expect and you give those products. Don't bring products that they want which is sustainable for entrepreneurs there. What we want to see, the foreign employees, for their saving, when they go back, they want to be entrepreneurs. That is the most healthiest way of bringing economic revival. Transferring employees into SMEs and entrepreneurs. This have to be focused by the government. That will bring foreign exchange to the country and the gap can be solved. In a country, there are three major problems. One is employment, second one is inflation, third one is foreign exchange. As long as foreign exchange is there, we can curtail the inflation, we can also address the employment. So I gave you a solution how to bring these dollars back. And also unnecessary expenses of importing not the essentials but the others should be stopped. Today what has happened to these politicians? These agents who bring vehicles to the country, product to the country, are the ones who spend on their politics. So they cannot stop car permits for them. They cannot stop their quotas. Though they keep on still feeding them. It's not for the people, but for them to make money. These economics have to change. That will save a lot of money from imports. Imports will squeeze. The exports will increase. The dollar service revenue will increase. Then improve, bringing peace to the country. Quickly addressing the Gotagama will bring peace to the country. That will bring tourism. Again, I'm coming to the most important part. I said 38% of the people is in agriculture sector. The agriculture sector needs the assistance. Slowly, we have to look after also to transform into ecosystem. I know they stopped the fertilizer, which is unhealthy to the state, but it would have been stopped in a different way. So I am for taking care of the eco. I would say we will put one slogan to our economics to say we will secure our water. We will export the best water in the world by Sri Lanka. That slogan will change the whole system. I'm telling you, in years to come in the world, the wars will be fighting for water. A country like Bangladesh don't have 85% of the people drinking water, proper drinking water. Even in Sri Lanka today, not healthy to drink the water that we drink. So today people want to depend on mineral water. This have to change. We have to secure our water and we can export water. And there is a heavy demand. That can be a slogan to take care of the eco. And also, we are a country who have a huge boundary with the sea. And the fish that we have and marine values that we have to secure. At the same time, we should have a very good legal people who knows the law to secure our sovereignty and never allow it to crack. Also to take care from India our boundary, which is very important. We are an island, the island boundaries have to be secure. So I gave you a rough idea of economics that we have to think, which have to be collaborated together with a structured hierarchy. This hierarchy have to be formed in a different manner. I am in process of writing that. One of these days we will have a discussion to talk lengthily about those factors. But I am telling you, it is only by doing the right thing, we following the basic economics plus what is good for our country. Our country cannot be a Singapore. Singapore don't have the same features that we have. When you say we want to be like Singapore, if somebody is saying the discipline, I will agree. I would say in Kerala is much better than any other country for us to think of. People went 85% abroad, they brought to the Kerala and they developed Kerala. Including Bangladesh have become much better than us. We are lending from them. What I am trying to explain, we educated people should draft our own economic plan, blueprint by ourselves. And we have enough educated people. I'm sorry to say, when these boys are in the street and parks asking for justice, educated people are just hiding under the tables. They should come forward and take care of them. At the same time, I want the elderly people to explain this. A country like Japan, they will not put the youth in front for this type of a risk. There is a huge risk. The government will try to use the conspiracy theory, like in the past, to label them as terrorists. Instead of doing that, the elderly people must say, we are the ones who elect this government for last 15 years. It's our responsibility and we are coming to change you. I'm sure the government will realize killing anybody is not a solution. Peace and unity is the solution to the country.